Hello everyone, I'm Meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 1 p.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. Now, Kinston police are asking for your help in solving a murder that happened 11 years ago today. Now, Rashawn Williams was shot while riding his scooter down George Avenue in Kinston as he left Jack Roundtree Homes. The shooting happened around 7:10 a.m. on September 12th, 2014. Kinston police continue to investigate the man's murder and say someone knows what happened. If you have information on this unsolved murder, call police at 252-939-4020. You can find that number there at the bottom of your screen, or you can reach out to Crime Stoppers at 252-523-4444. Now again, we want to continue with our coverage of the Charlie Kirk assassination. NBC's Bafta Yamam has more on the arrest of the suspect.
Less than 24 hours after making a plea to the public to help identify the man who killed conservative influencer Charlie Kirk, police announced a major break in the case.
We got him. On the evening of September 11th, a family member of Tyler Robinson reached out to a family friend who contacted the Washington County Sheriff's Office with information that Robinson had confessed to them.
Police say the shooter fired a single shot in broad daylight Wednesday from this rooftop at Utah Valley University. Kirk was a close ally of President Trump, who first broke the announcement about the arrest.
I think with a high degree of certainty, we have him.
Investigators say they received 11,000 leads and tips and sent evidence like the high-powered bolt-action rifle to a federal lab. Authorities say Robinson was arrested after the new video and images were released.
Over the last 48 hours, I have been as angry as I have ever been.
Meanwhile, as they prepare a case to pursue the death penalty, Kirk's fans and family continue to mourn his death.
I spoke to Erica, his wife, and we had a long talk, and she's devastated. She is absolutely devastated, as you can imagine.
Late Thursday afternoon, Charlie Kirk's casket arrived in his home state of Arizona. Vice President J.D. Vance traveled with Kirk's widow and honored his longtime friend with a final flight on Air Force Two. In Washington, Bafta Yamam, NBC News.
And again, that was Bafta Yamam reporting. Now we want to turn to your weather forecast. Today is a very sunny day in eastern North Carolina. We've seen air temperatures come up about 5 to 10 degrees across eastern North Carolina. However, normally what we would see with a temperature rise, you would also get a humidity rise. Reason being is because warmer air can hold more moisture. And here in eastern North Carolina, generally when we warm up, we get a little bit more moisture to go along with it due to our proximity to the Atlantic. Today is different though. Today we are looking at the opposite. We're actually warming up while seeing our humidity fall. Very unusual, but it's one that one part of the forecast I don't think anybody's going to be complaining about. 79 degrees right now in Morehead City, feels like 80 degrees. Comes with an east-northeasterly wind at about 15 miles an hour. Dew points down into the low 60s right now near Sanitary Restaurant in Morehead City. As far as cloud cover goes, we are seeing a little bit of cloud cover. Again, some fair weather cumulus clouds kind of rolling overhead. Nothing, of course, that's really going to change your fortunes as far as rainfall goes. We're going to be staying dry throughout the area today, but it may end up, kind of limiting the heat potential some other areas may have. Most of us right now in the upper 70s, a few of us in the low 80s, but for the next few hours, we're going to gain maybe another 1, 2, 3 degrees on top of what you're seeing outside right now, which again is warmer than where we were yesterday. It does appear that we may have an issue with Kinston's reporting station right now showing 73 degrees with a 0 degree change in the past 24 hours. Surrounding areas again have seen about a 5 to 8 degree jump, so we will keep an eye on that for those of you watching from Lenoir County, but overall again it's comfortable. No sort of severe weather you have to worry about, and humidity has come down by about 5 to 10 degrees as far as your dew points go. So that is feeling amazing. Right now, dew points right around the 60-degree mark. Some of us in the upper 50s, others in the low to mid 60s. It is comfortable, and it will stay comfortable as we head through both Saturday as well as Sunday. So again, get ready for a very comfortable weekend. But before we get too far ahead of ourselves talking about the upcoming weekend, let's focus on what we've got for the rest of today. By 3 p.m., I think more of eastern North Carolina's communities are going to be sitting around the 80-degree mark than where we're at right now. But again, that only is about a maybe 1, 2, 3 degree rise on top of what's outside currently. And then we also have, again, a northeasterly breeze we do need to mention. Those northeasterly winds right now blowing in at about 7 to 15 miles an hour, averaging out to around 11 to 12 miles per hour. That will continue through the rest of the daylight hours until we get to around 6, 7 o'clock, and those winds will start to calm down as the sun sets. We won't see completely flat, calm winds tonight. We'll maintain a northeasterly breeze at about 4 to 8 miles an hour, but it will pick back up again as we head through your Saturday. Saturday may be a bit breezy out there, but it's going to be a breeze that brings in some of that drier and cooler air. Now, that area of low pressure you saw dipping down out of the Great Lakes area is going to collide with the mountains of really southern Ohio, most of West Virginia, and then into Virginia. Those mountains are going to do a great job of really chewing that low pressure system up, and it will not be able to make it into eastern North Carolina with any sort of rain anytime soon. Our next round of rain comes in middle of next week. Now, we also need to talk about what's going on in the tropics. Not much is actually happening in the tropics, but we do want to highlight the one system that the Hurricane Center has been focused on so far this week. That area of concern has now moved off the coast of Africa and is officially in the Atlantic. However, even over the next 48 hours, still has a 0% chance of tropical development. Over the next 7 days, that chance has gone up to a 40% chance. One we'll continue to keep an eye on, but certainly not a system that will be impacting eastern North Carolina at all over the next 8 days. Here's a look at that 8-day forecast. 78 degrees on Tuesday, down from where we're going to be on Sunday and Monday. 82 on Sunday, 83 on Monday. Again, I wouldn't call it, above average. Normal this time of year is right around the low to mid 80s, so that's exactly where we're going to be Sunday and Monday. But we will take a little bit of a temperature hit there on Tuesday, knocking temps down mostly due to the cloud cover and the rain showers versus any sort of frontal boundary. This is, again, just a weak system that will provide us with some moisture and some rain, but isn't going to adjust your feels-like temperature, your air temperature, really that much from Monday to Tuesday into Wednesday and Thursday. By the time we get to the following Friday, we may be looking at mid, possibly upper 80s. Lots of sunshine on the way. We'll see how that whole part of the forecast plays out over the next 7 days. That's all we have time for today's 1 p.m. News and Weather Update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, have a wonderful Friday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Supreme Choice.